The attendance Saturday at Citi Field was 38,919. So they almost a sellout. And then you turn around Sunday. I get it. It's Sunday night baseball. It's also Mother's Day. That might have factored into it too. But there's 20,000 less people in that ballpark the next night. Like, come on. They're playing the Braves. Like, I get the team isn't performing the way anyone really wants it to overall at this point. But to have that big of a drop off from one day to the next, it's just extremely disappointing to go to just have these on the national broadcast too. No, to just have the ballpark that empty when you're playing your division rival. It's disappointing to see the ballpark that empty, in my opinion. Like, I think fans could do a better job of going out. Personally, I get it's not it's expensive. I get it in this day and age, everything's super expensive. I get it. And I think the Mets are trying to work around that, making it um, family oriented financially as well. Um,
I mean, you can go to the ballpark for like $10, right?
I know they do like these special packages, like 4 tickets, 4 hot dogs, 4 sodas for $40 or whatever the kind of deals they do are. They do things like there's no fees on ticket purchases. Um, you know,
We
they,
we I mean, we can't watch and look in anybody's wallet. So if they are not able to uh, go because of financial issues, I mean, I get that, but there are tons of Mets fans. Um, it's a big city.
maybe it's something, maybe it's nothing. I just think it's disappointing. I get the team's not playing the way we want it to, like I said, but I think people can do a better job of.
I mean, let's support the Mets and be there.
I've only been once this year. Obviously, there's a couple times I wanted to go, but other things have gotten in the way. Like I totally get that, but you know,
Yeah, but for you, you just, and it's same with me. We just can say, "Oh, I have a night off, an evening off. Let's go."
yeah,
For us, we have to plan ahead. You have a 5.5 hour drive. You can decide at like 5 p.m. For a 7 p.m. game. From oh, let's go to the game. We are off. Let's go. And that's something I would probably if I live close. I probably would do that like at least 15 times a year. Let's say, oh, hey, let's just go to the ballpark.
yeah.
Um,
For us, this is something we have to kind of write down a plan, budget stuff,
yeah,
whatever. And yeah,
I
I'm sure
think
everyone's got to, I understand
sure,
that.
sure.
You know,
Everyone, yeah, everybody has their life. Sure, yeah.
I totally get that. I totally understand it. And maybe that's the case with some people last night. Like, hey, we were gonna go, but we something came up, we couldn't go, whatever. I totally get that. But I was just thinking, like the Sunday, I get the circumstances were different. It was a different team. It was a different year. The things were just they were flying so high. But like in 2020 when we went, um, the Philly series, obviously they had a no hitter the Friday night, the next night Saturdays. They always do well on Saturdays. But that next game, that Sunday game, the finale, it was Sunday Night Baseball, and that ballpark was packed. There were a lot of people there. So like, I get the life excuse, but no, I think people are just they're not happy with the way the team's playing. Like I said, I get it, but come on, like we could. I know the Mets can do better than drawing 18,000 people on a Sunday night.
100%, and it also helps the Mets. It helps the team if you come. It's that easy.
Yeah,
If sales are up, I mean, I think Steve Cohen and the Mets had a pretty big loss last year because the ballpark was fairly empty because the team didn't play well. I mean, we have been to bad seasons and had fun in the ballpark. I remember 2018 where we didn't have a good season and we went to a lot of games together. We still had a lot of fun. I mean, you can still enjoy a baseball game while the team maybe isn't as good um, as you expected or hoped. So
I
maybe
remember back
agree.
like those 2012, 2013 years when they were. If you want to say that was the bottom, the bottom of the barrel that they were scraping, whether for whatever they were still drawing pretty good crowds. And I get in this day and age, everything's expensive. I totally get that. Um, I just think they can do better. Like we can do better than 18,000 against the Braves Sunday Night Baseball. It's a marquee game. It really is. I think we can do a lot better. I think we can do a lot better.